It is time for Off the Collar. My pastor, Father Eric Schild, is joining us right now. Good morning, Father. How are you?
Ron, I couldn't be better when I get to see one of my favorite parishioners.
Oh, shucks.
Or I don't even get to see you, when I get to hear you. that actually might be better.
Yeah, I think so. I would go along with that, yeah.
And Father, am I one of your favorite non-parishioners by chance?
Well, Dave, there are many things that I would describe you as. none of which are appropriate for the radio. So I just don't know what to do.
There we go.
I think we'll just opt to go to the first question.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, we've got three questions for you, and obviously you don't know what these are. So here you go. Here's your first question. If you could pick, Father Eric, one, which of these famous cars would you choose? The Batmobile, Knight Rider's kit car, or James Bond's Aston Martin?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind it is the Batmobile. So I grew up with my dad, who loved the old Batman. You know, we're talking Burt Ward and what was it? West. His last name was West.
Adam West.
Adam West. And so my dad loved those where they had, you got it. And they had, Bam and Pow and Biff and, and all of that.
And a cool car.
And a cool car. And we took on the likes of the Joker and the Penguin and all these different villains.
But then we'd have to add.
I have very fond memories.
We'd have to add that hidden place in the rocks that opens up and lets the car out.
Oh my gosh, I know that would. Yeah, I think that would be very nice to add to the rectory.
I would have loved to have been.
God would go for it.
I would have loved to have been sitting around a table for a read with that one. Like the first time they looked at the script for Batman, and there was that bam, pow, boom. I'm like, okay, sounds good. The actors must have been sitting there going.
Both of you know. I'll have both of you know. I was Batman for Halloween one year.
Ooh.
Hey, that's coming up on a segment, four segments from now, so we're going to revisit that one.
And maybe I should revisit that. Maybe I should. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah.
I want to go somewhere more serious now after that first question. Here's question number 2. You and your whole staff are gathered together for a team-building session. Deacon Joe rips the back of his pants, and he asks you to create a distraction so that he can sneak off to his office without anyone noticing. How do you cause a ruckus to cover for him?
Oh, well, that's simple. I just look off to the distance and go, is that the Blessed Virgin? And everybody...
Oh, my goodness. All right. You got me on that one, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting.
Then I just say, oh, no, that was just Betty.
And there goes Deacon
And where'd Joe go? We don't see him.
Where'd Joe go? Yeah. The sad part about that question is that actually could be very real. I mean, that could really happen.
Well, I guess I should ask, have you had to do that before?
If somebody was going to split their pants, it'd probably be Deacon Joe.
Okay. We're going to dig a little deeper here with question number 3. What has God been teaching you lately?
So God has been teaching me to slow down a bit. Now, you probably couldn't tell that with my calendar, but I very much have kind of had the realization that I'm running from one thing to the next, and certainly the phone doesn't necessarily help with any of this. But I really do think that I'm missing some pretty powerful God moments in my life because of the just going. And I don't know if I said this in another segment or not, but there's a book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by a former, he was a big non-denominational church pastor, and he got so tired of the craziness that he he quit that and went out and just started to pastor a small country parish. But he talks about, how on Sundays he puts the cell phone down and he's with his kids and his wife, and and just a lot of different tactics to recognize how God's working in our life. And so I think that's been one big thing that the Lord's doing. I think the other thing is, with all the craziness that's happening in our world, we tend to villainize other people. And this was at the pastoral conference the other day, but, we tend to look at other groups of people and go, well, it's those people that, we tend to make them into the devil, right? Well, no, the devil's the devil. No other person is the devil. And I think that that's another piece for me that it's St. Augustine said this. He said, God will always fight against his enemies, and he does that by making them his friends. And I think that's another thing that I've been pondering as well. God will always fight his enemies, but he does it by making them his friends. That was an Augustine quote, and I think that's powerful these days with all the craziness that's happening in our world.
I've heard a thing or two about this Augustine fella, but that really is like one of the best quotes I've ever heard. I think there might be something to him.
Well, it's more. He's more than a place in Florida.
I love it.
Oh my goodness,
Father Eric Schild, ladies and gentlemen, another fabulous off the collar. Thank you so much, Father.
God bless.